Hello, my friends. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. It depends on where you are in the world. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And it has been some days since I did a video for you guys, and I want to share how you can manage as a mother and a farmer and a content creator in the village. It is not easy, especially doing motherhood and content creation and farming. You have to plan your day very very well and know the things that you're going to do on the day ahead of you even before you sleep. For me, I normally plan my day at night before the day before. If, for example, if I have something today, I plan it yesterday at night, what I'm going to do. And as I wake up, it is good if you have a plan. You'll wake up knowing that I have this and this to do. Because guys, in the village, the chores are a lot. And if you don't plan, you might end up feeling overwhelmed or tired, or sometimes you feel like you are sick. The chores are a lot. For me, to avoid that, I normally plan my day and start the day like after I prepare my daughter to go to school. I don't go back to sleep. I start my day from there. I clean the house first, but I don't normally clean the whole house every day. I do that sometimes. Like today, I'm going to clean the sitting room alone, and sometimes I do plan on when I'm going to do the whole house cleaning, but not every day. To make sure that I don't get tired because I have a lot of chores to do each and every day. So I plan my day by organizing myself. And guys, if you're in the village or if you are still in the city, planning your day, for me, I think it is a good thing because even before you wake up, you have a plan of I'm going to do this and that. I'm going to start with this, then continue with this. Because, guys, a day planned well, at least, and then I make sure that I have some time for me to rest, guys. I make sure that there is some time allocated for me to rest. And for example, for me, I make sure that like I wake up around 5:30, so I can prepare my daughter to go to school. Then immediately I finish preparing her, I go back, start cleaning the house, and making sure that first I make sure that the house is clean first. It is good, guys, when the house is clean. Even your mood for working feels better. So I plan my day by first cleaning the house. And if for example, today I'm doing my content is about what I'm doing today. But if the content that I'm doing is not about what I'm doing, I make sure that I do the cleaning and everything that I had to do in the morning very fast so that I can start making a video or doing the content creation. And then in the evening, uh, I allocate a few hours for me to rest because after I make the video, I do a video, I have to edit it, then upload it. So I make sure that I have some 2 to 3 hours allocated for me to rest, because if I don't check on that, I will feel overwhelmed and tired. And when you are tired, work with no play makes Jack a dull boy. Then another thing about the garden, I try my level best to make sure that I check on the garden in the morning. When you check in the garden in the morning, you'll know where the places that need watering or removing the weeds or some few things. In the garden, work in the garden never ends, guys. That is one thing that I had to learn and accept. Work in the garden, even the work inside the house, it never ends. So the first few days after relocating, I used to feel overwhelmed a lot by my work, but later I have realized that work inside the house, even at the garden, never ends. You just do it one day at a time, and you'll end up realizing that you have done something. So that is one thing that helps me in my life in the village, as a content creator and a farmer and also a mother. And in terms of motherhood, you have to take good care of the kids, of the house, of everything. Like, you have to handle everything, and there is the other things that are allocated for you. So if you're in the village and you are a content creator or you like to start content creation, it is easy when you plan the day before, or you make sure that if you are starting a week, I'm going to do this and this particular day, the next day I'll do this. For me, I think it makes my work easier and my mind never feels occupied by a lot. And if I have somewhere where I had to go, I make sure that even before I start the week, I know this and this day I'm going to go somewhere. So I'll fix on what I'm going to do, or what I will not manage to do. I'll do it on another day. And if you need some help, it is good for you to have some help. But I usually tell you guys, in the village, around where I stay, people around here, if you request for them to do some work for you, and they know that you are new here, they overcharge. So for me, I prefer doing it one day at a time. So the work that I can manage to do, I just fix myself and do it one day at a time. Like this day, I was cleaning the house, and also I wanted to wipe the walls around the corridor because they were gaining some dust. And when it was raining, I had no work around there because some splashes of the rain used to at least clean those walls. But now that it is not raining, it has been some time since it rained, so I have to clean them on my own. But for me, I normally clean them not every day, because they can't gain the dust every day. I just make sure, like, in a week, I wipe that area twice, and it helps my work to be easier. Even when you have other things, this particular day I'm going to uh, wipe this place. And you know that I have my daughter and her friends. When they come here, they have to play around there. So, and they have their soil and everything, so I have to clean that place thoroughly. But for me, I'm used to it after relocating, one day at a time. I'm getting used to things and how I am supposed to organize myself so that I don't feel overwhelmed. And today is on a Monday here in Kenya, and I don't know why on Mondays I always feel the motivation to work. Like today, because I know I have the mood, I normally make sure that I do the things that I feel like in the other days of the week I'll not manage to do them. So I make sure that today I clean. I do most of cleaning here and there. If there is something in the garden, which needed my attention, I make sure that I do it on Monday, because on Mondays I always feel motivated to do a lot of work. I don't know why, or it is everyone. For me, I always feel like motivated because on Sunday, I take some rest from content creation. I try to rest for the whole day. So on Mondays, I always feel fresh to work and do things that I know in the other few days of the week I will not manage to do. And I think that helps me to make it easy for me to manage my home, because if I had a mindset of this and this thing, I cannot do it, or it is hard for me. I don't know if I could have survived here. I don't know. I could not have survived here. So I make sure that the things which I know are very, very, they need a lot of attention, I do them on Monday. The sound of the birds do motivate me as I work. Listening to the sounds of birds in the morning encourage me a lot to continue working harder and harder. I don't know if I am the only person who loves listening to the birds in the morning. I don't know. For me, I love listening to the birds in the morning, and as I work on them, I work on certain things, and I'm listening to them. Work for me feels easier and better. I also needed to wipe that window. It had collected some dust, and it is not raining, so the dust is everywhere. And we have to wipe the dust so we can be maintain a clean home. But for the windows, I just wipe them some days of the week, not every day. If I realize that I have time, or it is on a Monday and I don't have a lot of work, I wipe all the windows and I make sure that they are clean. I needed to water the snake plants, and today I've realized that there are some which are growing. I've been thinking, what are the snakes? Why are they not growing? Some, they are supposed to grow another small snake plants around the ones that I've planted. Then today I realized that one is growing, and I was so happy. And I felt good, the feeling of someone who has planted something. Then you realize that your work is uh, multiplying. I felt so good, and that encourages me to continue planting new crops and flowers and the vegetables. This is the backyard porch, and it had a lot of dust. you know, I don't know why sometimes it is hard for me to realize the dust which is around the backyard porch. I think it is because that it is a place where I don't go mostly, unless it is in the morning. In the morning, I normally sun bath from there, or if I want to experience the morning sunrise and the morning sun, I normally sit here. So when it had collected some few dust since it stopped raining, and I also wanted to wipe that part, and I know it is going to look better than how it looked. I like, and guys, maintaining a village home or a countryside home, if you don't have the energy or you are not hardworking, you might feel like you are being punished. But for me, I told you I was raised in a village, so these are things that I used to do, and for me, I don't feel like it is something hard for me as long as I plan on what I'm going to do each and every day. It is it is an easy work if you plan and organize yourself each and every day what you're going to do. Especially now that we are not doing a lot of farm work in the garden, the rains have stopped. So we are just trying to manage the crops that we planted, though I can still plant other new ones. But now we don't have a lot of farm work in the garden. And this is the water which was collected from the rains which rained the other day. So I needed to water this flower, because if I leave that water there, it is going to be a breeding area for the mosquitoes. And I also wanted to water the small bananas. They really need a lot of attention. If I don't water them regularly, they might fail. We are still we are also going to water the tomatoes. And for the tomatoes, most people plant tomatoes in a greenhouse. But for these ones which I have planted, they are still surviving. I think it is because I water them. I make sure that I water them every day. I make sure that I might not remember some things, but for the tomatoes, I make sure that I water them every day, and the vegetables, because if I don't water them, they are going to dry up. Because now the sun is quite hot. Other days, the day is calm, and weather is somehow cold. And being the garden is the best thing. And what I really love in the village, watering the vegetables feel so good, especially when it is the morning. Uh, uh, the good times for watering is normally in the morning or at evening. But for me, I try to water them in the morning, because in the evening I know I'm going to be held up by other things, or it's the time that I found for me to rest. So I try to water them in the morning as I interact with nature. I was so happy today. I found the potatoes, they are growing. I was very curious to know if they are still growing. So I tried uprooting one, and I found some potatoes there, and I was very happy. And then I buried it again. And this area around the big avocado tree, the tree shades a lot of leaves, and if I don't sweep around there every morning, the place normally looks very bad. For the rest of the home ground, I normally sweep the area in the evening, not every day, but I sweep in the evening if I'd planned for that day to sweep the whole compound. I normally sweep in the evening around 6 when the sun is not very hot, because if I sweep when the sun is hot, I may end up burning my whole body, because in the morning after waking up, as I organize and do what I was supposed to do on that day before, by the time that I'm free, it is like around 11 a.m., and that time the sun is usually hot if it is not raining. So I prefer sweeping the compound in the evening, but for that part where there is a big avocado tree, I make sure that I sweep that area every day, and I throw the leaves in the garden. For the flowers, I water them with a pipe. The reason why sometimes I do water with a bucket is when I want to water everything very fast. For me, I usually feel like watering with the bucket is easier and faster. And for the flowers, I just water them with the pipe, because I'm going to leave the pipe there, because there is a furrow. The water just flow uh, up to the hand, and I feel watering them is quite easier because of the furrow. Water just flows up to the last flower. For that, uh, it is easier for me. that is the main reason why I make sure that I have a good furrow around the flowers. And for the ones at the backyard, the pipe is not that long, so I do water them with the bucket. It is easier because I don't have a very long pipe. This part around the outside latrine has a lot of some weeds which have grown around there, and it makes the place scary. So I needed to slice the branches so that when we are around there, we don't feel like there is something hiding around there. Today I was curious to know if there is an avocado which are ripen or the bananas, and I found that the bananas were all ripe, but for the avocados, none of them is ready for consuming. So I'll just put it back and wait until they are ripe. It is because nowadays I'm buying the avocado, so I was very, very curious to know if there is one which is ready for us in the evening. And I have a lot of unfolded clothes. These are the clothes which I washed in the weekend. I had a lot of dirty clothes, so if I don't fold them today, I don't know if I'm going to fold them any other day. So that is the main reason I told you that I make sure that I do most of the things on Monday when I have mood and motivation to do things that I know I can't do during other days of the week, like folding clothes. I don't know why I can wash uh, clothes, but folding them, I don't know why I always feel like I'm not in the mood. But if I fold them on Monday and I organize everything, I think my work feels easier, because if I leave them there, I'm going to wear all of them while they are still unfolded. I don't know if I am alone or we are we are many. You can wash clothes, wash them, but folding them, you always feel like you are not in the mood. But if you fold them immediately after removing them from the hanging lines, your work tends to be easier. And another thing I've learned is, like for me, if I remove something from a particular place, I make sure that after I use it, I return it back there. It makes the house to be always organized, and the home in general. If I had using a panga or a jembe, after I use it, I take it back. Or if I was using a utensil and I'm done using it, I return it back. Or if they are the clothes, I want to wear some clothes. After I take one, the one that I want to wear, I return the others where they were. That makes homemaking easier, and the your home will also always look organized, and at least you will have time to do other things, or your time to take a rest. And guys, if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, and like the video. Please subscribe. Bye bye.